big enough, all of a sudden there's little distractions. All of a sudden you can really give up a few episodes. You don't have to watch every CSI. You'll start taping shows. You'll start saying, you know what, do I really need to be playing solitaire on TV or a computer? You'll find that you're doing a lot of things that waste time. Those are the things you want to do. It helps you face fears. I hate cold calling. People are like, oh, how do you cold call? I'm like, I don't know, I hate it. I do not like cold calling. Will I do it? Can I do it? Yes, but I still get nervous and red and blotchy and like inside. I don't like it either. I'm scared too. I don't talk to strangers. I know it probably seems like I don't go up in Starbucks and go, hey, I saw weight loss. Here's my card. You want to join? I mean, I don't do that. I'm a very relationship person. I build rapport. But when someone says, what do you do? I say, I saw weight loss. You know why I say it like that? Because 7 out of 10 people need weight loss. Okay? So that's it. When people say, what do you say when what do you do? I say, I saw weight loss. Guess what? That's got me more customers than saying, well, I'm in this network distribution. I work from home, blah, blah, blah. I saw weight loss. Well, what kind of weight loss? Does it taste good? Can I have a sample? Trust me, that's all you have to say is, I saw weight loss. That is such a big market in itself. You never, ever have to think of anything creative. I sell weight loss. I just gave you the nugget of the day right there. Dreams will help you persevere through challenges. My biggest challenge came my first week in network marketing. And I had ordered like $1,000 of product because I was, okay, I'll do it. And I called my best friend. This girl was in the room when I had my first child. She was at my wedding. I was in her wedding. She was in my wedding. Like, we were best friends. And I called her because I'm like, she had one of those jewelry parties. And I always hosted parties for her. So I knew she knew this whole direct selling thing. I called her. She was so excited. She went home and her husband stole her dream. She emailed me. She didn't even call me and say, she emailed me. Our friendship, by the way, has never been the same. And said, thanks for sharing that, but it sounds like one of those pyramid things where you make money off your friends and family, and we're just not willing to do that. And I was like, but I am? And I'm sitting there, and my office was in the garage at this time, and my tears welled up. I got that really horrible pit in the stomach when you get rejected. It's like awful. It's like 100 times worse than ever. And I just started crying, and I started thinking to myself, can I do this? If my own best friend won't do this with me. This gal's done network marketing. I'm like, the panic set in. I'm like, what if nobody else wants to do this? Like, this was my #1 prospect. I thought she would be the easiest to get in. And my husband comes out. He's like, are you okay? And I was like, and he's like, what? And I just pointed and he read. He's like, ouch. He's like, don't worry. So then, that sadness and that like awful feeling turned into just anger. And I was like, oh, I will show her. I will drive that big black car by her house and honk the horn and woo! So I started. The funny thing was, this was a different company, and I started an I told you so list. This was, talk about the laws of attraction. So I started an I told you so list. And so what I did is I turned that rejection into fuel, and I said, if nothing else, I will succeed because I have to show her that she made a bad decision. It was pride, and by the way, I made like $500,000 in 2 years in that company. I never slammed it in her face. She knew, though, because everyone knew, she was one of my best friends. But that was one of the hardest things. But my dream at that moment, my dream of succeeding, my dream of building something big was so much bigger than that rejection. For most people, they can't get past that. They say this is a 3 to 5 year industry. Most people don't make 3 to 5 phone calls before they quit. I have people that have quit before they've made a phone call. So it takes, thick skin, but you have to have, your dreams have to be big. Reduce your time with dream stealers. Guess what? I didn't spend much time with her after that. You know why? Because I just didn't want the negative. I didn't want the jokes. Oh, how's your pyramid going? Blah. A real friend isn't going to do that to you. If you're a guy, they might, because that's kind of fun. But
so have you done donuts in her front yard with your Beamer?
Oh no. Her house got foreclosed on. There's my poetic justice. Feed your dreams. I'm not gonna. What I'm saying is, I never went back and like, I made all this money and you didn't. I never did that. I never ever. Once you get to a certain point, that pride becomes humility and you're more humble. I never do that now. Feed your dream daily. Vision boards are great. What do you want? I mean, the black BMW is nice, but this is so much more. This should be so much more than, do you want to give back? What do you want to do when you have the millions? Are you going to, give back? Are you going to volunteer more? Are you going to go on vacation? Are you going to help needy children? What are you going to do with your money? The dream has to be big, the why has to be big. It can't just be about, oh, I want to make money, because then if it doesn't work, you'll quit. It can't be just, oh, I want to be skinny, because if it doesn't work, you'll quit. It has to be about something bigger than yourself. Like obesity is a global epidemic. I want to build 100 to 200 to 300,000 people on my downline because I want to affect a lot of people's lives. That's my dream. My brother-in-law who left, he had 84 pounds he lost. That's one life I have changed. I have helped because I called him and said, hey, get over here with the credit card because you need my product. And he said, okay. He tells me, you've changed my life. I would have never done this without you. So how many lives, if you have 100,000 people on your downline, how many lives do you think you're going to change? Probably a few. That's what drives me every day. Build your own dream. You can't steal someone else's. Build your own dream. Make it big. Make a declaration of your dream. Because when you do that, when you're around your friends and say, this is my dream, all of a sudden, maybe someone didn't want to join your business, but now they're like, wait, but I kind of have a similar dream. Tell me more about that. If you share your dream with other people, you may find that there are other people out there that share the same dream as you, and they may be interested that way. So here's fear and dream. You can't have both. You can't have you can't have fear and belief at the same time. So you're either going to have fear, and it's going to be heavier, you're going to have belief, and it's going to be heavier. And then trust me, as the bigger your belief goes up, the fear goes down. Have you ever noticed the first week you got in, it was like, God, who do I talk to, who do I talk to, who do I talk to? Now, like, by how many people have been in a few months, a few years, is it a lot easier to talk to someone now, Damien? Now that you've got that $25,000 check and you've got a BMW, is it a lot easier to talk to than your first week?
It's pretty easy, yeah.
Are people coming to you now? Yeah. So, just remember that you're either going to be full of fear or you're going to be full of belief. And the bigger your belief in yourself, in the products, in the company, in the industry, that was the hardest for me because I was too pride. I was like a little Danville person, Berkeley grad. I ain't going to do network marketing, one of those pyramid things. Like, there was pride for me. I had to get over it. And the way I got over it is by meeting other people who were millionaires and going to the conventions, social proof that, it can happen. These are people with the similar kinds of dreams. That's what these meetings are for, is to find other people. They're like, wow, look at all these people doing it. Look at all these people having success. Talk with people. Say, what are you doing? Share your tips, share stories. But remember that everybody can be an ambassador, and every single person is an incredible champion and a big loser. Okay? You get to decide which one you want to be. Okay? Just remember that. If you want to be in the top 1% of your company, guess what? Just put yourself there. Okay? How many people want to be an ambassador? Okay. How many people would work harder if they were an ambassador? Okay, start doing that now. When I got into the company, I came in, when I came in with nobody in my